All right. So who helps you? They help you learn to do a CMA? Who helps you? I didn't see that.
Yes. Yeah. Like you were mentioning how they're doing like a year-long course. I assume like when you're doing the IBA stuff, you're learning basically how to like do CMAs on businesses. What's the fair market value based on, just like with commercial properties, like how much it's earning. So you can buy it low, improve the business and then sell it high, right? That's the
Well, I
idea
mean,
they teach
look,
you.
multifamily,
Well,
Mike, which the most important thing is your NOI, right?
Yeah.
Is the cap rate. So it's similar to businesses. It's the one thing you can compare. You can do a CMA or to do comparison sales on similar type of businesses, but at the end of the day, you could have two businesses next door to each other doing the same top line revenue. Both of them own the property. One of them has a net profit of 300 grand a year, and the other one's operating at a net loss. And so, what's the CMA going to really come into effect in that particular degree? People are buying the cash flow, not unlike with multifamily investing. You're buying a cap rate.
Okay, that's good. So, but the training for the IBA, that's where they teach you to kind of go into all of that stuff, and it has nothing to do with EXP, right? It's like an association.
yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
IBBA is the International Business Broker Association. And so EXP is requiring anybody who wants to transact businesses to join IBBA because they need the education. And IBBA has really good education for selling Main Street businesses and up into transferring to that lower middle market range. And then you go to M&A Source, which is an organization that IBBA and M&A Source are actually both within both owned by the same corporation, nonprofit. They are sister organizations. IBBA focuses on Main Street business and M&A Source focuses on lower middle market and middle market businesses. So it's a different sales process, selling Main Street versus selling lower middle market. So
would it be okay if I reach out to you guys? Tanya, I see your last name there. John, what's your last name?
It's Amatucci, AMATUCCI.
Yeah, of course. You reach out to us.
Yeah. And like I said, Mike, next time you're in Vegas for a tournament, if you got it coming up soon, give me a heads up and come by the office, man.
Back to your other
Absolutely.
question though, Mike, you said something about, looking at the cash flow and buying low and selling high. So but most business brokers don't buy businesses themselves. Most business brokers just transact the businesses and that's it. Okay. So there are some that'll buy on occasion, once in a while, but it's a little bit different strategy. And what I would say is if you want to buy low and sell high, that's great. You will meet you may want to partner with other people and buy larger businesses that have management in place and go in that lower middle market space or middle market, because Main Street businesses, the majority of Main Street businesses are owner operated. And once the owner leaves, if they don't have staff, and even if they do have staff, you still need somebody to manage them because typically the owner was the manager. Mm-hmm. And so in a Main Street business, one of the questions I ask business owners is, if you went away for 3 months, would you have a business to come back to? And most Main Street businesses would not. They could go away for a couple of weeks and the business will keep running. But if they go away for 3 months, there's nothing left when they come back.
Unlike multifamily, if you manage the properties yourself or you have a property manager, it's a property management company, somebody decides to quit, they're still going to make sure that the rent gets collected because that's how they're going to get paid. If you acquire a small business, you got to make sure that if somebody's going to walk out the door, that you're prepared to walk in and be able to do that job until you can replace them too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, it's my goal to be somewhat of a Marcus Lemonis type, but I'll tell you, and the reason why I'm just so you could see my train of thought here is that, when I became a listing agent and I was calling these homeowners, I'm sorry, I got my stock ticket thing. I don't know how to mute it.
No worries.
So so I was in the process of cold calling and trying to find these properties and stuff. And what I learned was it was the best way was for me to actually give them offers on the property, because they were more willing to meet with me if they knew I was a serious buyer.
Yeah.
And so it gave me the ability to say, hey, if they're unreasonable or their house actually is really nice, I can list it. Right. And if it's just a dump and they don't know what to do and they're about to lose it, then I can go ahead and buy it and maybe either wholesale it, or you see what I'm saying? Like I had options. So that's kind of my train of thought here, is that if there's an opportunity as a business broker to be like, hey, I'll partner with you on this, you're not going to lose it, I'll invest in it, or we can go ahead and try and sell it. You know what I mean? Like have multiple options.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that's an interesting strategy, and what you may want to do is just go out on biz buy sell. And do you have a particular industry that you're interested in?
So what I'm most familiar with is the legal industry for process servers. I have a company, Virtual Legal Pros. I have a couple of the largest ones in California. 123efile.com is mine.
Mm-hmm.
And so finding these ones that are doing okay, but they're stuck in it. They basically own a job. And so if I could absorb those companies into mine and I don't have to replace them because there's already a system in place that's doing the work,
Yeah.
That would be one, but other ones like gyms are good too.
Okay. Yeah. So you have vertical markets that you want to go after. And yeah, I mean, when you have vertical markets that you're going after, it makes it easier in some ways, because when you make that phone call, you're not always asking the seller, hey, do you want to sell? Oftentimes you can open the conversation with, hey, I'm representing like right now I have property management. I'm representing property management company and thought you might be interested in expanding through acquisition. What are your thoughts on that? And they'll tell you, oh no, man, I'm trying to retire. I want to get rid of my company. Can you help me? Right.
It's funny you say that, Tanya, because I have I don't know anything about like if you were to acquire property management, but I can see the value in it as a real estate agent and having listings, right? Because it's like a fishbowl of things. And I do have a group on Facebook with a couple thousand property managers, people who like want to be better property managers or whatever. And so I have thought about that, but the idea that if you were to acquire it, like this one down in Alamogordo, like I'm not an agent here and I'm not sure the business broker side of it, but he's already said he wants to sell within the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And
property management's businesses are terrific to sell. They're always in demand.
Yeah.
There's always somebody looking to acquire a property management business, and it's an absorbent industry. You got the big fish that are swallowing the smaller fish continuously. It's a great business. And if you have the ability to market to 2,000 property management owners, businesses, that's a great way to do, a soft pitch to let them know that you have the ability, if they're interested in selling their business, that you can help them.
Well, I believe I really, honestly, I'm glad I came to this call, because I'm always going to these different calls and thinking, man, this was a waste of time, but this was great, you guys. So I'm also willing to partner with people. I understand, sometimes you may make nothing in the beginning because you're learning that learning curve. So I'm going to be reaching out to you guys, and I put my email in the chat. I don't know exactly how we can collaborate for everybody, but if anybody has questions or wants to collaborate, I'd be happy to do that. Whether it's marketing, I have a marketing company. We run Facebook ads, not a pitch, not selling you anything, but just like to give value. So.
All right. Great.
Cool, man.